photodynamic conscious machine is a simulator designed to explore the psychology of an agent and its social environment in connection with how the agent's behaviors are influenced by others. The exhibition component of this project uses a gallery's permanent collection as the source material for the agents to curate with. This curation by behavior is a reflection of the agent's experiences, but it also releases the collection from the rules in which the work should be displayed. For example, it allows one item of a large series to be displayed without the social obligation of displaying the entire series. It gives an undershown object an opportunity to be displayed without any validation. This algorithmic curation releases the artworks from conventional rules, but places them with algebraic restrictions, where a complicated system uses its rules to decide what work to hang. Thus, the exhibition becomes a space of reflection on this algebraic assessment that is rooted in psychological features to observe how a competitive environment chooses artworks. The measure of the exhibition then becomes a measure of the superficial environment's ability to produce something of value. This is an artificial life machine that is designed to reassess discrimination in a measurable environment to see how it affects long-term psychological states and to see how it hinders productivity and ignores personality values. Secondly, this system is collecting data to analyze how all the agent's psychology structures are affected by a competitive social environment. There is also a peer pressure interface that allows the audience to provide behavioral suggestions to the agents. This interface acts as an implied social influence that affects the agents much like the influence of television. It defines the behavioral norms that each agent must internalize and rationalize to see how their behavior values measure up to decide to conform or disregard. In this version, the focus is on performance distinctions between who can guess the right answer and who cannot. The global behavioral trend of this kind of discrimination causes the agents to choose bullying, homelessness, and selfishness behaviors as the best solution to manage in such environment. Behaviors like perfectionism and having a strong faith in oneself are quickly abandoned by most of the agents, and have only a small group who choose this as a strategy to excel in a superficial popularity contest kind of environment. The psychological activity to yield these behavioral trends can be analyzed when the system completes its 11-week simulation. This version does not focus on any gender issues, xenophobia, or classism in the agent's choice of who they will mate with. In this version, the agents are bisexual and transgendered. This allows them to solve the word problem as efficiently as possible in an environment where only the most accurate DNA is allowed to propagate. In this version, the competitive environment uses a genetic algorithm that deliberately gives an unfair advantage to individuals that are deemed most accurate by how closely they guess the solution to a word puzzle, by allowing them to reproduce more prolifically than the inaccurate. This unfair advantage is based on a random guess rather than an actual trait or personality feature the agent has developed. Computationally, this allows the code to quickly solve the word problem, but as a social space, it becomes a computer model observing elitist discrimination and recreates how different inclusion crises affect communal productivity. Agents who maintain their character traits in a competitive environment pick the artworks. The artworks express the behavioral trends of each such individuals existing in this competitive environment. Typically, the agents with the highest social status due to excessive mating copy other agents' personality traits and cause them to lose all sense of themselves. These agents become celebrities among the remaining agents and do influence the total population's behavioral decision, but at the cost of conforming to other personality ideals. The social environment is modeled on a genetic algorithm that gives the agents a computational space to involve their personality structure and choose behaviors, while at the same time creating a social space for them to interact. The agent's psychology structure uses the math formulas designed by Kurt Lewin in his dynamic theory of personality, which gives a model for a personality structure, psychological states, and a formula on how to choose behaviors.